welcome to Half the Battle.
Well, it's the 175th episode, and I was racking my brain on what to review for this milestone. A really bad toy or a really good one?
And the answer is, I'm gonna do both. I'll first take you to hell before taking you to heaven. What? Too dramatic?
Meet the Ice Cream Soldier. The Ice Cream Soldier.
I could stop right here. I mean, I've said everything that needs to be said. Still, let's Ice Cream Soldier on.
This figure was released in 1994 with all original body parts. God knows why they bothered. I mean, Ice Cream Soldier.
Okay, you know what? I'm professional enough to ignore the name for the moment.
Taking that into account,
It's still a hideous monstrosity!
I mean, that color scheme, neon yellow and orange.
Duh, orange.
I've seen signal flares that have more subtlety than this. And the sad part is, the sculpt is actually pretty good. With a halfway decent color scheme, it would look great. Well, apart from the head. The helmet and visor look like it's a half-melted scoop of ice cream, appropriately enough, and it looks like the thing has a sad expression on its quote-unquote face. Yeah, I'd look sad too if I was forced to dress like that. The only other thing to note is the weird padding on his upper legs. It looks like he just tied a bunch of rubber hoses around them. I have no idea why that's there. Maybe it's a 50 Shades of Orange kind of thing.
Okay, this just got a little creepy. Let's move on to the accessories.
They suck too! He came with a machine gun that was first used for beachhead, a pistol, and a machete. Well, of course, this is a flamethrower expert. So naturally he comes with a machete. It makes perfect sense.
What? I'm not crazy. You're crazy.
Now, to be fair, he did come with a flamethrower. Two, in fact. One of them is originally from Charbroil, but you'll note there's no hose or backpack, because that would just make too much sense. Unless the hose is that thing wrapped around his leg. His second flamethrower doubles as a rocket launcher. Yeah, those things sure go together. And this was the only version of Ice Cream Soldier ever released. Not surprising, since he was from 1994, the last year of the original G.I.Joe line. Hasbro nor the Collectors Club have seen fit to make another version of the character in later years.
Oh no, what a pity.
And being from 1994, this also means he didn't appear in the cartoons or comics, so there's nothing to say there.
Oh no, what a pity. Well, I suppose that leaves us with the file card.
So let's talk about the name. No, actually, scratch that. Let's postpone the pain and talk about his real name. It's Tom Henry Reagan. I tried to find any evidence that that was the name of a real person that they were ribbing. A guy who worked at Hasbro maybe, since the character is from Providence, Rhode Island, where Hasbro headquarters is located.
That at least might have explained this stupidity.
But alas, I couldn't find anything that points to Ice Cream Soldier being a real person.
Well, I can't avoid this any longer.
The name, Ice Cream Soldier. Does the file card offer any explanation for this, novel naming choice?
As a matter of fact, it does.
The whole purpose of the name is to lull Cobra into a false sense of security. When they hear the Ice Cream Soldier is coming, they'll totally underestimate him. Yeah, I'm thinking it's more because enemy troops that are paralyzed from laughter when they see this guy coming are easier to hit. The file card is of course peppered with ice cream puns. For example, Cobra will melt like hot fudge on a summer sidewalk.
Go ahead, laugh, I dare ya. Also, isn't hot fudge already melted? The damn joke doesn't even make sense!
Mr. Reagan, or Ragan, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, even has a motto. Eating ice cream without fudge is like fighting without ammunition. Yeah, that's his motto. So, is his codename really just a ruse, or is the guy legitimately obsessed with ice cream? I kinda doubt it, since his secondary military specialty is barbecue chef.
I'm getting some mixed messages here.
And that was Ice Cream Soldier. In a word, terrible. Terrible idea, terrible execution, terrible colors. In the G.I. Joe community, this guy has been the poster boy for bad 90s decisions by Hasbro. And that's all there is to say about this toy.
But we're not done. I went to hell, so now it's time to go to heaven. No, really, I literally had to go to hell to get this guy. I had to fight a demonic 9-year-old girl for it. One that had a surprisingly strong uppercut.
If you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, check out check out Steve's review of this toy and all will become clear. Now, I said we're not done because even though Ice Cream Soldier only ever got one toy, thank God, his toy mold was reused later on. Meet the Shock Viper. This figure was released in 2002 with no original body parts.
Yeah, I just said they reused the mold. Try to keep up.
And just look at what difference a color change can make. This guy looks great! Sure, he's still got the sad-looking head sculpt that I just now realized reminds me of Droopy, but in dark blue and black, it manages to even look a little menacing.
There's a lot to like here.
The traditional Cobra blue, the detailed paint job, including Cobra logos on both arms. The original toy had no markings whatsoever, you know. And...
Wait a minute. Okay, that's weird.
if you look closely at the hands, it appears these guys wear a wristwatch over their gloves. Who the hell does that? Weird. Anyway, 2002 saw the release of a lot of G.I. Joe figures.
I mean a lot.
And the Shock Viper is one of my favorites from that year. I think Hasbro agreed, thinking it was so nice they had to do it twice, since they released a second version in the very same year. This one was red and brown, while the first was blue and red. The Shock Vipers were flamethrower troopers, like their spiritual daddy, and as such, the red one looks more the part, while the blue one makes me think more of a rank-and-file Cobra soldier. I still prefer the blue one though. The first one came with basically the same accessories as Ice Cream Soldier, but without a rocket launcher, so only one flamethrower. And he's still got the machete.
What's with the damn machete?
The second version, that looks more like a flamethrower guy, I remind you, didn't come with a freaking flamethrower. He had a rocket launcher and a laser gun. Sure, that makes sense.
As far as the character goes, I can be brief.
Shock Vipers are barely a rung above regular Vipers. The only thing that elevates them apparently is that they're basically pyromaniacs. Just give them a tank of gas and an open flame and they're happy as can be. And that's it, basically. In conclusion, Ice Cream Soldier was an abomination, but at least it spawned two pretty cool figures later.
Well, that's 175 episodes in the bag. See you next time, everybody. And hey, why don't you like, share, and subscribe if that's your thing?
And your bollocks did up good, you did.
No, really, I literally had to go to hell to get this figure, and I need it as a prop, don't I? God damn it.